Hi, I'm Amy, your local real estate expert in Williamsburg and the Peninsula, and this is your market update. It's August 4th, 2026, and I have a lot of great information to share with you. So the housing market has changed, and the housing market is shifting, and it normally shifts every 5 years. What makes it feel more drastic now is because of where we were just a couple years ago. So I'm going to go over all that information. I'm going to start with some national information, and then I'm going to go more locally. And I have my notes here so I don't make any mistakes. So buyers and sellers, we're navigating a different market, much different than our fast-paced market that I like to call the Hunger Games market from a few years ago. So nationally, home prices, the median home price is $400,600. Inventory is improving, meaning there's more inventory coming on the market. Nationally, inventory is sitting at 4.6 months. And so this indicates a true balanced market when it's consistently been 4 months over and over and over again, month over month. So to give you an idea, when you're at 4 months of inventory, this is balanced. Under 4 months is a seller's market, and above 4 months is a buyer's market. What does months of inventory mean? Well, it means, let's take today, if there's 4 months of inventory on the market, if no other homes were to come on the market today, it would take 4 months to sell everything on the market. And so that's why we use it as our main indicator of what kind of market is it. Interest rates are the highest they've been in some time. They're at 6.8% right now for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So this is affecting bottom line for buyers directly. And we are also seeing locally and nationally more price reductions. And we're seeing more price reductions right now because we are currently in the middle of the shift. We are shifting into a new market. And so we're sort of coming on with a pricing strategy that might be based on a previous year or previous 2 years, realizing based on buyer feedback, based on how many showings we've had, we need to make an adjustment. And that's normal as you're shifting into a market because you're used to pricing one way, but now the information, now the other things happening that are impacting buyers' choices, it's changing. And so we need to change our expectations with it. So during the pandemic years, homes sold quickly with multiple offers, less competition was on the market. Inventory, we sat at 1 month for the first few years, like 20 to 22, we were at 1 to 2 months of inventory consistently. So buyers have more choices. And so now they're being a little bit more selective over the property condition, the property location, and the property price, and their bottom line, can I afford this monthly payment? So if you're pricing based on yesterday's market, then you're most likely going to be in a price reduction strategy. So you want to really be looking at where are homes selling, how long is it taking for those homes to sell, and what condition are they in? So if we look more locally, James City County and Williamsburg, our median sales price is about between $506,000 and $520,000, depending on what the price point is of the home, what neighborhood you're looking at, what time of year you're analyzing that. Same with the days on market. We're sitting between 28 to 45 days, depending on the measurement that you're using. We currently have been consistently between 3.6 to 3.7 months of inventory, so we are absolutely in the transition to a balanced market. And so what does this mean for buyers? This means buyers have a little more negotiating power because there's more competition in inventory. There's more choices. They have more choices to make, more things to choose from. So this gives them more time. They're not as in many competitive bidding situations. And so they have a little bit more time to think over an offer. So if a buyer sees a property in the old market, they may have submitted an offer by 5 p.m. the first day on market. Now, it might be a couple days later. They might decide, I want to look at a couple more properties first. What does this mean for sellers? It means your strategy matters now more than ever, and your pricing and your condition and the presentation of your home means now more than ever. It's always important to price and present your home in the best way possible. But now it really seriously impacts it more than it did in previous markets. The first 10 to 14 days on market are the most critical. So your first week on market, if you're not seeing anything happening, you need to talk to your realtor about strategy and start looking at your pricing and presentation. Homes that are priced correctly, homes that present well and are in good condition are still selling in a good amount of time. And I went over this a little bit. Why is the market changing? Well, we're in our natural changing period. Every 5 years, we naturally shift back and forth. There's other factors that can influence it, such as right now, mortgage rates are the highest they've been in a while, sitting at 6.8%. There's more inventory, which gives buyers more choices. Some homeowners are holding on to their house because they have a really great interest rate, maybe 3.75%. So some owners are thinking, I'm gonna not sell because I don't wanna have to get into a 6.8% mortgage. Now, if you do have to sell, and if you are and you have a VA mortgage on your property, that mortgage could be assumable from a potential buyer, and they could take that interest rate, and that's a really great incentive to remember. So if you want more information about that, feel free to ask me, ask your realtor, but that's a really nice feature of the VA mortgage. So it's important just for sellers to adjust expectations now and to just realize that the years of rapid appreciation are over now for a little bit. I'm not saying it won't happen again, but for the next few years, predicted by the National Association of Realtors and other experts, economists, we're going to be sitting kind of at just normal, maybe 0.1% growth nationally. Normally you can expect maybe 1 to 2% year over year. The important thing to remember is that the market isn't bad. It's just becoming balanced. Because of the way it was a few years ago, it just feels more drastic. But it is a balanced market, and buyers and sellers that have the right information and the right strategy and realistic expectations are still successfully selling and buying properties. So if you want more information on what your home is worth today, I'm happy to get that for you. I'm happy to give you more information about my Market Ready program and my Cash to Keys program. These are real game changers for sellers and buyers. And I want to make sure that you understand all your options before you decide on making a move. Give me a call, DM me, text me, email me. I'm here for you.